Brilliance Audio presents From Darwin to Derrida, Selfish Genes, Social Selves, and the Meanings of Life by David Haig. Foreword by Daniel C. Dennett. Performed by Peter Noble. Evolutionary theory can be a nasty business. Perhaps it has something to say about human nature. Most scientifically respectable evolutionary theories wear garments of math. I think of mathematical models as disciplined metaphors. We use X to represent something in the world, say slugs, and Y to represent something else, say lettuces. Then we analyze the relation of X to Y using mathematics. We imagine that slugs and lettuces behave like X and Y in the model, and then we use how X and Y behave in the model to understand how slugs and lettuces behave in the world. Nobody can argue with mathematical models. That is one of the points of using mathematics. But there can be endless arguments about what you put into a model and what you leave out, and endless arguments about what the model means, because metaphors can be interpreted in many ways. I'm not criticizing the use of metaphors. Far from it, they are essential. All that we know about the world is metaphor. Our perceptions are a virtual reality, not the thing in itself, but something that stands in the place of the thing. Phenomena are metaphors used to comprehend things. Don't worry, this audiobook contains almost no mathematics. But if you don't like metaphor, then this is probably a good time to return the audiobook and ask for a refund. As an undergraduate, I was exhorted to eschew intentional idioms, and 40 years later, I am still admonished for my unscientific language by anonymous reviewers who believe devoutly that such language should be suppressed. The moral tone in these criticisms suggests something important is at stake. Nobel Prize winners in the audience roll their eyes when I give public lectures. I'm told that my choice of words expresses everything that is soft and unscientific about adaptationism, as compared to the hard and rigorous sciences. Rigor is stiffness in Latin. But when you listen closely to my critics, their own language abounds with reference to codes, signals, messages, and the like. When challenged, these tough-minded empiricists insist that these terms have strict physical meanings that do not invoke purposes. Most would reject as absurd a claim that they were using metaphor. If it were only about words, I would have had better things to do than write this book, and you would probably have better things to do than listen to it. I do not mean to disparage words. Spoken and written language are the expression of deep, inner structures. The language that is censored says something about the values and fears of the censor. This audiobook pays close attention to the meanings of words, for 4 main reasons. The first is that languages evolve and provide useful analogies for thinking about genetic evolution. For example, the original reasons for particular turns of phrase can be forgotten. For example, exempli gratia. The second is that meaning is the outcome of a process of interpretation and is specific to each interpreter. The same words will be interpreted differently and mean different things for each reader. As a result, many acrimonious disputes in the philosophy of biology are really quibbling about definitions rather than disputes about facts. The third is that the origin of language marked an extraordinary expansion in the lexical expressivity of the flux of meaning. The fourth and most important is that the beauty and diversity of language, like the beauty and diversity of the natural world, are wonders to behold.